So in the beginning, what we do is put our name in. So we put Mike in as player 1, and then as player 2 we put in Fred. And then we join, and this is called the lobby, and the lobby allows players to enter. So the first thing we do is create a cube. So that is player 1 is creating the cube, and then a sphere, and then a cylinder. And you can see who's placing their cursor over it by the color it gets highlighted. So at the moment it is aqua, which means it is Fred's, which is the right hand screen. And currently Fred is making a sphere. He just made a cube, and he's also creating a cylinder. So just select the cylinder, and you can see how we can move them around. So we create them and then we can place them wherever we like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change the color. So we clicked on the mod button, so mod on, which opens up a little panel, and this panel allows you to change things like color. So we just changed the color. We're going to change the color in player 1's view, and we changed it to orange. So you can see how the little sliders control the color, and then what you do is you scroll over with the mouse, and then you can change certain features. So at the moment we've selected scale, and we're changing the scale on the X. Now we're rotating it. We've selected rotate, and we can select the different axes, so you can go X, Y, or Z, just like scale X, Y, or Z. We're now going to rotate in the X-axis for the rectangle. Now we're going to rotate in the Y-axis, and now we're going to rotate in the Z-axis for the rectangle. You can do that, like I said, by scrolling with the mouse wheel. Now we've changed the color. We're going to change it to purple. We've changed 3 of the primitives to purple. And now we're going to change them to whether they're movable or not. And when you place, when a player places a cursor, you can see it is white or black. And when it's white, you can move it, and when it's black, you can't move it. And you change it by placing the cursor over it and making sure that the movable box is ticked or unticked. If it's ticked, it's movable, and then you can just scroll over it and it becomes movable, or if it's unmovable, you scroll over it and then it becomes unmovable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the drag box, unclick it, and then we'll show how you can get objects to stick to each other's faces. Now the drag box is unclicked and the point on face is clicked, and what this allows you to do is you click an object and then click a second object, and then the first object will stick to the position of the first object's face where you clicked it. That way you can direct an object to a very specific position on a second object's face. Click drag so it's unticked, and also we're going to place the objects. Now we're going to untick point on face, and we're going to select an object and then select a second object, and now it sticks to the center of the second object's face. Now what we're going to do is create a line by moving a primitive around. And we're going to use a sphere, and to do this we turn on line on so we can see the line, and then create line. They've been ticked, and when we move the sphere around you have something called a trail render that's created, and you can see where the object has been, but you have to release the object to actually create a line. So we release the object, then we place the object and release it again, then release and then place and release again, and you can see lines get created. And you can create shapes like squares. And to turn off the line, you just click the line on and off button box. We're going to clone an object. So first we create a cube, then we are going to change the color of the cube, and then we're going to rescale it so it's square but flat. So now we've rotated the cube, and when we click the clone box and then click an object that we want to clone, it makes a copy of it. So now we have two of exactly the same shape and color and rotation, and we've now made a third one. We're going to change the color of the third one, and then we're going to delete the objects. So to do that we click the delete box, and then we click on the object we want to delete. So I've clicked on the first and we've deleted it, now the second, and now the third will be deleted.